All right, guys, Darren from FBA Elite, and welcome back to another video. So our new product has been live on Amazon UK for 30 days, and these are the results. I'm going to show you how many sales we made, how much we've spent on PPC, how our ranks have performed, how much money we've lost during this time, and our plans going forward from here. So what I'll do first, although you can see the stats on the dashboard, I'll show you the Amazon seller app. I literally just installed this just so I could kind of do the old refresh to show you this is exactly what is happening at the moment. By the way, this isn't the boast because we're not making money at the moment, but you can see the sales there have been progressing nicely since we launched 30 days ago. So back around about mid-August, and now we're just gone past mid-September. So sales in general are actually exactly where we want them to be. Our target with our initial sales velocity was around about 10 units per day, so 300 for the first month. And we've done 309 units. So below that, for the first part, you can see that line there is 10 units per day. So we were below that for a while. And then more recently, we've been well above that, with our peak day being 25 units. And that was the point where we decided it was time to start increasing the price. So from a sales perspective, things have gone to plan. We're hitting our target sales velocity. We're still not making money though, which is an important note that I want to get across very early on, because Amazon is not as easy as just showing you these sales. We are making a loss at the moment. We are still making a loss on a daily basis at the moment. This is part of a bigger strategy. You have to loss lead when you launch a product on Amazon. So sales are good, averaging 10 a day for the first month or so, exactly where we want to be. So how much have we spent on PPC to achieve those sales? We've got £1,704, which add 20% VAT to that, as all new sellers are going to have to. You're going to be adding, what's that, £340? So just over £2,000 we spent on PPC. So at the moment we're selling, our product is selling at around about a break-even price point, the actual product itself. So when you take into account PPC, we've lost about £2,000, probably just over £2,000 in this first month as part of this launch process. So if you haven't watched any of my videos before this and you're new to Amazon FBA, you're probably thinking we must be insane to be doing this, right? So let me just explain. You have to loss lead with a product on Amazon. If you don't, you probably are never going to launch it successfully. The reason you have to loss lead is you have to invest in the product ranks to get you high enough in the Amazon search results. So when you see products in the Amazon search results, there are two types of listings. You've got the sponsored, the paid listings, people paying to appear in those positions. And then you've got what is called the organic positions. And those are the ones that really drive the sales. And your organic position, it's calculated based on many parts that make up the Amazon algorithm, but ultimately the biggest one is your sales velocity and how many sales you're making. I also take into account things like review, price point, and returns and stuff like that, but sales velocity is the key. And so unless you get sales, you can't build your organic rank. So what we do is we launch at a competitive price point and get those sales in, build at organic ranks so that we can start making organic sales, so basically free sales, and then you can then start to reduce your PPC. So this is where we are at the moment. We've launched the product, we've achieved our target sales velocity, our ranks are pretty much close to where we want them to be, so we started to increase the price, and we will continue increasing the price over the next month or two until we get to our goal price, or we get to what will be the ceiling price of this product, which is the price point at which your ranks start dropping off too much. So you have to be very careful and take your time with this. Don't increase your price quickly. Do £1 maybe every 3 to 5 days maximum, see what happens to the sales, see what happens to the ranks in response to that price increase. So we're going to slowly increase the price over the next month or two until we either get to our goal price, which is $19.99, or the ceiling price, which we don't know. Amazon and the market will tell us that when we hit it, because our ranks will start to drop off. So we've lost about £2,000 so far, but this, if you are aware, this is what is required. This is absolutely fine. I feel very calm about what we're doing at the moment. Yes, if this product doesn't work out, it doesn't work out and we do lose money. But the thing with Amazon FBA, private label especially, is if you have a successful product, the risk is it's asymmetric. So in the worst case scenario with this particular product, maybe we'll lose, I don't know, between £5,000 to £10,000. But if this product goes well, you could be making hundreds of thousands of pounds. So if I take my very first product that I launched, I think I risked about £5,000 on that first product, and it went on to sell over £300,000 worth of sales. So it's very one-sided. You know, the risk is very one-sided. Yes, you can lose money, and I wouldn't recommend this for anyone that's on a low budget. But if a product does well and a product sticks in the ranks, then you'll be very glad you took that risk. So we are getting a sales velocity. We're investing in PPC. And just to show you how PPC has gone over this month, actually, because this will really help shed some light on it. Firstly, let's look at our spend. So initially, our spend was £20 to £40 a day. We weren't quite hitting the sales velocity we wanted to hit, so we increased our spend. And that's the long and short of it. If you're not hitting your sales velocity, you need to make sure you are. Otherwise, the whole launch process is pointless. We will then also, throughout this time, making constant optimizations to the PPC. You can see by the various campaigns, some that are which are still active and many that are paused. And over that time, we have driven our cost per click down. So where we were close to kind of 90p to £1 per click at the end of August, we've managed to drive this back down towards about 70p per click, which is quite a decent place to be. And our ACOS as well, this is the purple line. Let me just hide the green line there to make this clearer. Our ACOS, which was super high, has been coming down as well. And we're down to 50 to 60% at the moment. Yes, there was a big spike yesterday because we've just launched a video ad. So we spent a lot on PPC yesterday because the video ads can often outperform traditional ads. So we've launched that alongside traditional ads. So our spend went up quite a bit yesterday. So there are still sales that would have taken place yesterday that have still yet to be assigned to the PPC. So sometimes it can take a couple of days for those PPC sales to be assigned to the PPC campaign. So don't pay too much attention to ACOS the following day. Give it a couple of days for those sales to be fully assigned. So that's how PPC's gone. We're optimizing it. We haven't reduced our spend yet as we want to maintain our velocity. But our goal over the next month or two will be to start reducing this spend as we increase the price as well. And the goal with all of this is to improve your ranks. So your organic ranks, these are critical. These are the things that will dictate whether your product is successful or not on Amazon. If you cannot get your organic ranks high enough and get them to stick, you won't have a successful product. So what has happened over the past 30 days is we've been able to get 7 of our target search terms into the top 10, and we've got 34 into the top 50. So things are going very well. I've had to hide, obviously, as you can see, various pieces of information here. You can't see the actual search terms we're targeting or the search volumes because you guys can look up what the product is if you know that. But you can look at the organic rank column here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, as we just saw at the top, 7 keywords in the top 10 organic ranks, which is really good. And we've also got lots of other keywords as well hanging about just below that. So you have to track your ranks when you launch your product on Amazon. Use Keyword Tracker from Helium 10. You need to know whether your PPC is working because sometimes your PPC could be working, but you may not be aware of it. For example, this I'm going to show you here. This is our main target keyword, and this has a search volume. I'm not going to tell you exactly. It's somewhere around about 40,000 search volume per month. It is a big keyword, and if we get ranked for this in the top 20 positions, our sales are going to fly. And you can see we've made really good progress with this. Ignore the gap. For some reason, it didn't track for a couple of days, so ignore that gap. There's a gap up here, which is my own fault. I uploaded what I knew was a non-compliant main image. Basically, it was an image with a little badge on it to try and catch the eye, like a little sticker effect. But the bots picked it up and suppressed the listing for, well, basically until I replaced the image. So that's why there's a bit of a gap here, and that kind of had a bit of an impact on those ranks. But we did, before that, we peaked at position 8 and position 10. And I think on those days, that's when we had like 20, 25 units sold in a day. So we know how powerful this search term is. And despite the fact we're currently fluctuating between kind of 35 and 27 there, things are still going in the right direction despite this little hiccup over the next couple of weeks. We expect this to continue improving. So this is why it's vital, because at this point here, we might not have been making any sales from this keyword because we hadn't kind of broken into the top 20 results. And you might be sitting there thinking, oh, this keyword isn't working for us. But by tracking the ranks, I could sit here confidently saying, these ranks are improving. It's just a matter of time. And sure enough, when we did break into those top 20, sales started to go mad. And this is going to be different for every niche and different every keyword. Sometimes the sales will kick in as you break into the top 20. Sometimes you're going to have to be in the top 15, some into the top 10. It all depends how well distributed the sales are. and also how much search volume there is as well. But this one, we know if we can get into the top 20, it really, really adds to our sales, and we will keep targeting this keyword. Despite the fact in the PPC, it may not have the best ACoS compared to some of the others, but the overall results, if we get ranked, are worth the investment. So ranks are going in the right direction. You know, this is our main target keyword. I'm confident this is going to continue improving. Other than obviously the listing getting suppressed temporarily from when I manipulated the main image, we also started to increase the price here as well. And often what happens when you increase the price, Amazon will hit your ranks a bit and basically say to you, prove to us that your product still sells at that price point. So you keep your PPC going and you just basically wait. You continue waiting, and although the ranks dropped off, you can see if you look closely, they are slightly picking back up again, and they're definitely consolidating as well because the range isn't as big. It's a much tighter range here. So ranks are going well. So what are the plans from here? Well, number one, we have reordered some more stock. So we've got another 500 units on the way, which cost us another $4,000. You can see there the original order was $8,000. Now, normally I would place a much bigger order on the second batch, but we want to give it a few more weeks to make sure we can get this price point to where we want it to be. So we're seeing this reorder here as just buying us a bit more time. And then providing we can get the price point high enough, then we're going to go really deep. We're going to bump up the quantity we order and also order a second color variation as well. So we've committed to basically another 50% of stock at the moment and plan to make a much bigger commitment in probably 4 to 6 weeks when we've got a true answer as to whether this product is going to be viable or not. And in the meantime, there are two things we want to do. Number one is continue increasing the price. And secondly, really trying to increase the product review count. So far, from those 300 plus units that we've sold, we've had one natural review, one natural 5-star or organic 5-star review. Now, we have got more reviews than that because we've had to arrange some, but we've had one review. And this is with an insert in the box and sending follow-ups as well. So the review rate has been super poor so far, which I don't know if it's indicative of the product itself or just people in general just aren't fussed about reviewing products on Amazon anymore. So we're really going to try and build that review count, especially if we're increasing the price. At the moment, we've got kind of 3 or 4 reviews. That's it. And we're still selling well. So people that tell you need hundreds or thousands of reviews to sell on Amazon, that's not the case. We had probably close to half of our sales came when we only had 1 or 2 reviews. Good thing is they're all 5 stars. We haven't had any negative reviews, and I think we've had 7 or 8 returns off of 300 sales, which is a pretty good return rate, so there's no issues there as well. So that's our plan. We've got to get that review count up, which will back up the increased price that we're hoping to charge over the next month or 2. So to wrap this video up, I've got 2 things for you. Number one, in September, Helium 10 have got an offer. One of the best offers, actually. I'll hide the webcam so you guys can see it. They are offering 35% off for your first 4 months. So that brings it down to $65. So if you're thinking about starting Amazon FBA, that is one of the best codes I've seen recently. There will be a affiliate link in the pinned top comment. There isn't a code to use for this one. You just click the affiliate link and it will bring you through with the discount active. And if you're looking to start your own Amazon FBA business, you've got a link to the FBA Elite course in the pinned top comment as well. Or I'm going to pop up a video which will show you my top 3 methods for finding products to sell on Amazon in 2024 and beyond. And I'll see you guys over there.